Hello, my dear friends. I'm about to give you a free gift. It's a sample video from my patreon.com site, and it is a mini mentoring session. You'll get one of these every Friday, just as a little teaser, a little taste to see what it would be like to get one of these 5 days a week. If you decide you'd like to have one of these mini mentoring sessions 5 days a week, ad-free, go to A Better Life with FlyLady Kat at patreon.com, patreon.com, and sign up. It's only $5 a month. You get 20 videos a month, and they are designed to give you a kick in the pants first thing in the morning. It's set up so that you can see them first thing, so you can watch them in bed even before you get going. It's designed for payroll and at-home homemakers, and it will help you with the way you think about the way you're doing life and doing the FlyLady system. So I hope that you go over and check out my Patreon site. While you're there, look at all of the other opportunities that I have for you for mentoring. We do personal one-on-one mentoring. There are different levels of that. And also I offer this year in 2022 financial mentoring. So if you need a budget, if you would like to be financially independent, now's the time to sign up for that as well. Okay, have a wonderful day. Enjoy the video. Hello, patrons. Okay, today we're going to talk about not going crazy. And that means when your room is overwhelmingly stuffed with things, I don't want you to go crazy and throw the baby out with the bathwater. So like I have some clients who've just gotten rid of furniture and all kinds of things, just trying to clear their area without learning the proper way of decluttering and creating good habits. So that's number one. Number two, I don't want you emptying the whole room and only putting back in what you need for that room. Because when you empty the whole room, guess where everything goes? In another room. And you have to make another decision. I want you to really focus on making the decision now and getting that pain over with. If you delay making a decision, then you have decision fatigue because you're having to make so many decisions over and over again. Even if you decide not to decide, that's a decision. So I was watching a video of someone, I can't remember who, and she kind of was doing a Marie Kondo thing in her room, but the poor thing was not an organized person. She was a sidetracked person like you and me. And I felt bad for her because it was a long process and it was a big mess. And she did finally get it done, but I don't think it was really good for her. And I don't know what she really learned from that, because she had mentioned that she had done this several times in the past, gotten the room cleared, and it was back to its current position. And she showed the room. And the room looks just like your rooms when they're totally messy. You know, an empty box in the middle of the room, and piles of books and CDs and just different things that are in that room that don't belong in that particular room, for example. So let's just take a room in your head, one of your rooms, your messiest room or closet or whatever it is, and could be your kitchen, doesn't matter. Just pick a room, and then I want you to think about breaking it into bites. It's what we talk about all the time, little bites, little 15-minute units. And then I want you to really own that, protect that space that you cleaned. So it's like protected land. You don't allow anyone to come in there and mess it up. Doesn't mean that you're like a policeman and you're rude and mean to your family. You just have to inspect it. You have to open the cupboard door, the closet door, the drawer, the door to the room. You have to look to see if anything has been shoved back in there, because that's how it got that way. This is where people shove things. Let's just take your guest room. That's a common one. When you have a mess on your counter, in your bathroom, in your closet, not your closet so much, in any visible space, and someone's coming over to clean something, inspect something, visit, whatever it is, everybody rallies, they get everything up, they go to that room and they dump it. Or after Christmas, maybe you took all the Christmas wrapping and that you hadn't used yet and you dumped it in there along with the bows and everything else, and there's already stuff in there. There's sewing projects and there's, listen, I know what's in there. Just a bunch of stuff. And it's really painful to go through that stuff. And I don't know why it's so painful, but it is. And so it's because it's emotional. Number one, you spent money on that stuff. And number two, maybe there's a death of some dreams in there. Maybe you thought you were going to do something with that stuff and you never did. Or you really could do something with that stuff and you just lack the motivation. And it's hard to see that in yourself, to say, this is something I wish that I wanted to do, but I don't really want to do it. If you could snap your fingers and the room would be empty, you wouldn't miss any of that stuff. So I want you to really think about that 15-minute commitment of going through something, and then when it's done, it's done. Timer goes off, you stop. I know it's hard to put on the brakes. It's so hard to get started, and it's so hard to stop. But it's because we don't have a good habit. Just like anything that we don't have a habit to do, exercise, eat correctly, brush our teeth regularly, whatever your habit is that's missing is, it's hard to get that habit. But I want you to make yourself do it. Self-discipline is a form of love. I've told you that a million times. Self-discipline is a form of love. You say to your little child, we're going in here and we're going to work for 15 minutes. Here's the timer. I've set it for 15 minutes. I'm pushing the button. I've got my 3 boxes all ready to go. I'm not going to run around to other rooms. I'm going to stay right here and work this 15 minutes. And if I get done before the 15 minutes, I'm going to move over and start doing the next thing. And when the timer goes, hands up, I'm done. Put away, throw away, give away. Take care of that right away. And then look and see what you accomplished, because no matter how small it is, you accomplished something. Your 15 minutes was worth something. And you're going to see it and you're going to say, wow, look what I did. Good for me. I don't care how little it is. Good for you. So you're going to look at it and you're going to say, this is my country. This is my property. This is my land. No one, including me, is going to come in here and junk it up again. And that's because, and just know that that is because you have a bad habit of junking things up, of throwing things in. So when somebody says, when you say, honey, put this game away, and you see your child headed for that room, you say, oh, no, sir, that's not where it goes. It goes on the shelf right there. Remember, that's where we're keeping them now. Oh, yeah, and put it in there. So you're not being mean. When I say no, sir, as a Southerner, we say no, ma'am, no, sir to each other as a form of respect, okay? Just so you know. I know in other parts of the country and the world you don't, and that's okay, but whatever is a nice way to say no to someone, that's what you're going to say. Oh, no, we're not doing that. Remember, we're doing this. Because that is, you're not putting anything in there because we're trying to clean that up, remember? That's going to be a nice empty room that we're going to have for our guests to come spend the night in one day. Or that's going to be our craft room where we can make things together, or whatever it's going to be. Or mama's office, or whatever. Okay, so that's what I want you to think about today and every day. When you're working in your zone and you don't want to, or you don't want to stop, what happens when you don't stop is you get overwhelmed and you end up right where you are now. The whole reason that you came over is because you can't stop. And what happens is you get overwhelmed, exhausted, and you never want to do it again as long as you live. You might not even say those words to yourself, but that's the behavior that you exhibit after that. So today I want you to commit to yourself that you're going to work for 15 minutes and that you're going to stop when the timer goes off. And that you're not going to run from room to room while you're doing it. You're going to commit that full 15 minutes to that project. And that you're going to play later. You're going to have time to play if you concentrate and get this done in 15 minutes. And then you get your basic weekly plan done in however long it takes. Anywhere from 10 minutes to 2 hours, depending on the thing. Maybe even longer. If you have a lot of errands to run, for example. But in general, 10 minutes to 2 hours. And that 2 hours is just once a week, maybe twice, depending on your errands. So it's planning and desk day is a big day, and errand day could be a big day. Could not. You could just have your groceries delivered, and that's all you had to do, and that's like a gimme. But if you're having to go out and go to all these different places, yes, it could take 2-3 hours. But those are the only 2 days. The other ones aren't long. 1 hour for the weekly home blessing hour. Ooh, my time's up. See, I have to set a timer too. Anyway, that's it for today. I hope you get this, and I hope you really think about it, and I hope you really commit to it, because it will make a difference, because the dripping of water does wear away stone. We don't want an erosion. We just want to wear away the stone. Just wear away the stone. wear away the stone, okay? That's it for today. Have a wonderful day, and always remember that you are beautiful, so be beautiful.